as we are loading in. We hope everyone's had a very good week. Please be sure that when we do go through these missions tonight, if you do have feedback to give on the missions, on the gameplay itself, on the tactical decisions that you would have made to do things differently, don't be afraid to screenshot your maps and then in your own time come up with your own plans as to what you would do. That's what the tactical discussions channels are there for. And please remember to put all your feedback in those channels so that when you do die, don't get angry and start shouting at each other in the death screen, because we're not about that. We're about a positive place and a happy place. So let's have laughs and giggles and happiness. Come on, guys, it's Christmas.
Too early
yet.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
What? I'm gonna throw up.
We are well.
Do you wanna build a snowman?
Can you get a briefing, please?
Guys, you're acting more cringy than Keg.
There's not much to say. There's one cache, there's one vehicle that needs to be destroyed.
I'll make a start for you guys.
Hey, right, shut up. We're having a briefing. Nemesis, go ahead.
Like one cache, one.
I will be commentating from above with Barb.
That's right.
Coaches don't play.
Questions to that?
Vehicle.
BLUFOR team leader, any questions?
Alright, we're going to hop up to the casting couch room. I'm going to go ahead and switch it to... I feel like playing Ventusi Battle for this top one. A little bit of a eeriness with it. I think that would fit for this operation. So, simply put, they are blowing up a cache and an SDV somewhere in here. Barb will come up and join me in just a moment, and we'll see how things go. Again, we'll have a commercial in between rounds 1 and round 2. I hope you enjoy it. It's just $3 budget, to quote Task Force 121 in their creation efforts, as we enjoy going full-time on the channel. I thought they'd actually start by now. So I think OPFOR still had some questions. Simply put, guys, how FNF works is OPFOR starts in there, BLUFOR starts in there, BLUFOR defending 2 objectives, OPFOR trying to blow up 2 objectives. One, again, is an ammo cache at that artillery site. Another, according to the map, was an SDV in there, so they'll probably have to put demo on it or hit it with a stick of AT. US versus Russians, and we'll see how things go. So, chat, how are you doing tonight? Again, we don't have any delays like we do in OFCRA, but that might change in the future, which I hope it doesn't, because I prefer to interact with you guys here, but we'll have to see how things go. Yeah, the face rig, Delkey, hey man, how you doing?
I am doing very good. I've been a productive little boy today, and I'm ready for some Friday night fights to, as a bit of a treat to both myself and to all the viewers on Twitch.
I feel that. So someone was asking me. Remember the face rig I had, and we had Rube make it like years ago, and then I used it for a little bit and didn't do it again because it just the stream quality was horrible with it because it ate up all my CPU. Remember that forever ago?
No, I think that was actually before my time.
That was before your time. Shit. No, you might be right. But
so, are you meaning to tell me that you're just springing this on me? You're gonna be using the face rig today?
No. God, no, I wouldn't do something like that to you. No, I'm just someone brought up, so I'm just trying to say that was a long time ago. We might have something planned in a few months to follow up on it, but a lot of other things have to get done first. So, you know, I've been talking with Platts about the whole VTuber thing.
I was gonna say, yeah, if you talk to Platts about it, because he's also a Neko VTuber, which I'm sure you're hella jealous about.
I know, right? I'm just jelly about everything going on. But anyway, let's talk about what's going on for round 1 of FNF here.
All right. I would like to start off with BLUFOR, if you don't mind.
All right.
So, starting with the BLUFOR faction, we have the good old USMC, that Marpad Woodland, along with a Huey, and some transport vehicles, along with 2 up-armored Humvees, one with an M2 and one with a 240. We have 2 objectives for Red 4 to destroy. One of them is at the BLUFOR spawn, and one is this artillery site. It's marked as, okay, so it is a cache, but there are 4 of these slammers, or not slammer, but what do you want to call it? Scorchers, kind of mobile artillery things, self-propelled artillery. But over in the port, we actually have this objective over here is an SDV. Now, it was made clear in the briefing, and I'm mentioning this because you weren't down there, but the BLUFOR is not allowed to get in it, or they can push it out to sea a bit, but they can't like get around it and drive it and like, you know, submerge it.
Hide it, yeah.
Game breaking. So
hide it under that frigate out there in the water, right?
yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
So they can't do that, but I think they can push it on the water. But that is one of the destroy objectives. The other is the cache over there. But yeah, a bunch of transport, though they won't really need it. It's a pretty small area for BLUFOR to cover. So it'll be interesting to see how exactly they hold this.
What I think we're going to see is usually in FNF when they're given, them being the defenders, they're given fast attack vehicles such as gun trucks or even technicals. Usually they try to use them as a quick rush counterattack to try to catch the attacking faction off guard. If one of these cars can pull up by an unarmed transport filled with dudes and they can get a full squad wipe early on, that can be really devastating to the attacking faction. But I think it's also important to say that at the artillery site, it's specifically an ammo cache that needs to be demoed, and it's actually hidden away really well in this cargo crate over here, if you actually come and look at the actual marker. So that's really nice.
Well, it's nice in that it's hidden away, but when the map marker says artillery site, I feel like there's going to be some confusion as to what to destroy. I feel like BLUFOR is going to come in, try and blow up the 3 self-propelled artillery vehicles, and then it doesn't pop, and then they're going to go, what the fuck? Yeah. And they might still look around, find the cache, and blow it up, but that might be
it. Did say on the map, though, that they were taking out an ammo cache in SDV, so I guess the people that don't read are the only ones that are going to suffer for that.
Well, if there's anything we both have learned from people who play Arma is that they can't fucking read.
Yeah, right. Otherwise, we do also have this UH-1, aka Huey, and it does have 240 Bravos on the side, basically 100-round M60s, however you want to call it, but basically just machine guns to fire down at people. And the Huey is a little on the tankier end, but one shot can easily take out the tail rotor, and with the RHS update from about a month ago, it can easily cause the helicopter to lose function. Who's flying that? Mountain? Yeah, alright. So either we're going to see something spectacular or some sort of flop, because he's very hit or miss on the aircraft, and I don't mind bullying him on that regard. Oh, shut the fuck up. Now, I'm going to cover OPFOR, if you don't mind. We do have an Mi-8 Super Hind. No pylons on the bird, unfortunately, but we will have, let's see, 2 side guns. Does it also have the rear gun?
Yes, it does.
Appears... Really? I don't see it. Oh, it's all the way in the back. Dang, yeah, so 3 guns. Usually it's on, like, a back side door. But, alright, 3 machine guns. Basically 100-round boxes for the PKPs. So 7.62, kind of a mirror right there. But I would take a Huey over an Mi-8 any day, to be perfectly honest. Other vehicles we have...
Be more maneuverable, but the Mi-8 is absolutely a school bus in every sense of the word. I think it can carry more people, and I want to say it's a bit more resilient as well.
So OPFOR, I mean, standard Russian forces, they appear to have 5.45, so 5.56 pieces, 5.45 mirror on U.S. versus Russia. We've got 2 BTR-80s, an ARM GAZ. Just a reminder, guys, that GP... that's not GP25, that's the single shot. AGS.
Yes, the AGS.
The grenade machine gun is unscripted. It doesn't have any ammo. Don't worry about it, but the PKM on top is fully ready to go. We also have 2 unarmed gazes behind them, which offer a bit more protection than the transport trucks behind them. Though these Kamazes, they are a little armored. The glass, I mean, it looks thick enough to be a little bit armored, but we'll have to wait and see. I don't think these are the armored versions, but I could be wrong.
I think we'll just have to see on that. But those guys, Tigers, the little cars, those things are resilient as hell. Like, you can need 7.62 to pierce through the glass.
Yep. But, I mean, we've seen in the past a single 7.62 shot placed correctly will still kill the driver and crewmen inside. So
I still remember seeing BLUFOR marksman, like, whip around with an SVD, pen the back window, and dome the driver.
That was during a Chernarus 2020 Zargabad fight. He killed a mortar guy. It was very intense. That was what, like 5 weeks ago? Something like a month and a half ago. That was a good round. A lot of crazy bullshit happened. Otherwise, OPFOR with the 20% numbers advantage. Yeah, definitely. We don't have any boats, so it is curious to see some of these bunkers kind of placed towards the water, but maybe OPFOR will try to do some sort of rear attack with the helicopter. It is a Hind, HIP, excuse me, even though we call it a Super Hind.
Yeah, I was wondering what the hell you were on about with that, because
they always
ever remember
people always call it, they call it an SH, a Super Hind. At least they do that all the time in TSB, and I've never understood that.
So you're going off of colloquialisms in TSB. Oh, well,
yes.
I can't do anything for you then.
Well, they have a guy named Makarov that'll make sure that everything's correct. So I don't know.
Except for the... Okay, no, I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop here before I get some shit thrown my way.
Yeah, I'm probably going to get some shit thrown my way too. But I'm just saying, like, usually, at least the Russian assets-wise, we're proper on it. But I'll get yelled at later. It's okay. But regardless, I mean, the HIP, it can take up to... If I remember correctly, it's like 18 people. So that's at least worth 2 squads of dudes. And then the rest could probably go on the BTRs or take their trucks. I could easily see a pincer maneuver strategy going along the artillery site, and then both flanks combining and just pushing to the coast and taking out BLUFOR entirely. But BLUFOR, they do have defenses on here. We've got demo guys all around the artillery site area. I'm willing to bet that there might be some explosive traps put in play here on cover positions right next to this area. I'd love to see some explosive traps. There was an explosive trap done in OFCRA yesterday. They blew up a lead vehicle, and they traded 1 to 2 guys, but blew up one of their transport cars and slowed the entire attacking faction down for like 20 minutes. It was great.
Lord.
Also, it was Middle Eastern militia versus Santa Claus elves, but I mean, that's neither here nor there. That one, yeah.
Yeah. I only caught the tail end of that, but man, that was amazing to see those mods in place.
Yeah.
Sleigh jingling as it flew by.
Mm-hmm. Got some highlights coming out of that later, but I don't know. There's a lot of cover to work with here with these forests for OPFOR to push up, and honestly, any direction. OPFOR also has the high ground going through these AOs, so they can easily overwatch through everything.
And if you actually go down to ground level, there's a not super thick layer of fog, but it's noticeable to the point where it could potentially...
Yeah, right, Adriano.
It's along with this heavy foliage and these rolling...
We good for tonight, Audrey? That's in 4.5 hours. Yeah.
I think Red Fort really can, west of the artillery site, move through that terrain and get pretty close before having to engage. But we are seeing a few people line up. We have Dingo and Pads up north. I think those are both...
Right on, man. Next to the 23-month resub. Can't wait. Adriano's the guy hosting Overlord tonight.
An M16A4 with a long M203 on that. But yeah, so we're gonna have some counter rushes here for BLUFOR, which is definitely going to be interesting. See if they're able to do some kind of, like you mentioned, find one of the unarmored transports and just rip them to shreds.
My one fear about the westernmost objective at the artillery site is all this open area around it, especially towards the south. We've got some really nasty patches of open ground or really exposed areas that if BLUFOR can just hold this defensive line, they could actually snipe out OPFOR as they advance before they get within the facility itself. So if BLUFOR is really good at holding their resolve here, I could easily see BLUFOR at least holding the artillery objective. If they lose the eastern objective, though, those rocks right next to the artillery site could prove problematic. OPFOR could get right behind those. There is a little bit of open area between those rock formations, but OPFOR could probably use that to still penetrate right in. And BLUFOR isn't really digging a lot of fortifications in that area, with the exception of a bunker, 2 different bunkers, but the Malden bunker doesn't really have good eyes on that position.
Yeah, they're very much reinforcing this spot more so than I would have assumed from the beginning. So they're going to be trying
to... Thanks for the 23-month resub.
A lot of H barriers. I saw Map Nora digging some trenches and placing down this big bunker and some sandbags. I guess trying to guard against a vehicle-based rush where I guess they charge down the hill and just thunder run it like we've seen before a couple of times. So that'll help defend against that. But yeah, if they go in this northeastern approach, I could see that being it's pretty open, and they only have some barbed wire, so I think they're trying to do more of a killing ground than a barricade in this direction. We'll see what happens. But yeah, lots of potential for both sides to really do a lot of damage to each other.
Yeah. I mean, looking around, it definitely appears that they have a lot more fortifications going for that ammo cache. We still have a few guys defending the eastern SVD, but there's a clear weakness on the southern flank. But I don't know, just a little bit of stuff here. We see Arcor writing down just to remind people they can't dig roadblocks. We do see a bit of, I don't know, would you call that in the area a roadblock? I mean, this is an off-road position.
Yeah, this is very much an off-road position, like, that is, I mean, the road itself is pretty clear. I mean, they are supposed to allow infantry, you can't, like, block it off for no one to get in.
Yeah.
Leave, like, space for infantry to move in, just for fairness purposes, because I don't think they have did they?
The only thing I really see that's roadblocking is if you look to the northeast, that giant radar tower is literally in the middle of the fucking road, and Arcor was right next to it. I think look at what Arcor is right next to. That's what he's concerned about, because that barbed wire right on the road, that would technically count, but I mean, it doesn't help that literally 10 meters past to the east is the frickin' radar site on the road, so I get the point, but it feels a little mute when it's next to that, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
the point, because they don't go right over the fucking rocks or anything like that. That's
well, I mean, why would you need to, like, you don't have to worry about that road, because just up the road is a literal map asset that's blocking the road itself, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and there's, I mean, like, I don't know, that's strange. Okay.
I think they're going to get Matt Noor at Undig because he is an engineer, so
yeah.
That should be fine. Otherwise, we're hearing the helicopter spool up. We have Dingo and Pads.
In time, as just
he just snuck in, yep.
Go.
So, Dingo and Pads, they, I believe, are the two marksmen. No, actually, it's a marksman and someone else on two quad bikes ready to do recon. Legs is flying. He's got Mountain and someone else on the gunnery seats. And we have those two armed Humvees driving around to the southwest. I could very much see BLUFOR doing a wide push here, but for BLUFOR, this wouldn't be too hard. All I have to do is coordinate with the aircraft, as switching his name to Lone Survivor Keck. Might be a little late for that. He's got to get on the server, like, now.
Yeah, he's got less than 10 seconds. I don't think he's going to make it.
Oof. But I could see the Huey basically scouting for the two cars.
Possibly.
Poor Black Blaz there, getting disconnected at the start time, but...
Oh, yeah, he got crashed out. Dingo drove 10 meters and broke his quad bike.
Are you kidding?
Nope, he ran right into a moss-covered rock.
What a great start.
It doesn't even look that bad. The engine is so...
Well, it's okay. He's got Pads here to drive him anywhere, since Dingo clearly doesn't know how to drive. That's all right. We're learning.
Yeah.
So Huey is doing a wide berth to the south, probably going to follow up going on the northern side of the AO here. Again, helicopters can leave the zone as long as they don't land, but I could see those cars trying to do some sort of push around. I don't know why. I think they went off the wrong road, because now they're now driving off-road to get to the other road. That's weird.
Yeah, and we have Scandy pushing up on foot, not taking any of the spare trucks.
I think Scandy's only going to set up a defensive position like right there, so they can look at both MSRs that come in on that route, even though one of the MSRs is really just a path. The MSR is more to their left.
Yeah, and even then, the trees are so thick that they're going to need to be... They got to find, like, the perfect spot, or they're not going to be too useful up here in the woods. So I guess they wouldn't really know that until they're here. Yeah.
So we do have the armed... sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I don't think Az got in time.
So we do have the armed Gaz coming down the MSR. Meanwhile, one of the Humvees has dismounted. It was an unarmed one. Actually, both of the ones that pushed out were unarmed. So I guess it's the 4 IB guys are trying to set up a defensive perimeter right there.
And they've chosen a good spot because this lone armed Gaz, it just has a Hassinger and a gunner in there. They're gonna come real close to this 4IB team.
If they follow that MSR, I'm not sure if the 4IB guys, so if any AT, they do have one guy with a law, all right, so they could get a shot on it if it slows down. But that's a really long shot to do. And I'll be honest, that position they have does not have a lot of good eyes on the MSR itself. There's a little bit of, I wouldn't call it a ridge or a hill, but a little bump up in the terrain that gives the Gaz a little bit of cover. But that Gaz is going to be visible here in a moment. And I believe 4IB guys just got eyes on that. If not, they at least see the smoke that's trailing behind it. So this will give BLUFOR a little bit of knowledge on where those forces are going. We also have Dingo and Pads getting eyes on... I don't think they actually have eyes on it. Aim at the Balls has dismounted off of a... He's another marksman, and he's, dismounted right in front of Dingo and Pads. If Dingo and Pads notice, they could easily pick him off and get a second marksman rifle. But the Gaz is now driving right up to the 4IB guys. Where's that AT? Gunner just went down. Vic literally went down the hill as the AT was fired. They just booped the Humvee, broke one of its wheels, and now it's going to drive away.
I'm back. Sorry, someone walked onto my property, so I had to go figure out what the hell that was about.
Nice. Humvee drove up to 4IB guys. Excuse me. Gaz drove up to 4IB guys. They knocked out the gunner. Gunner woke back up. Main convoy's now pushing down that MSR, and now you got Dingo and Pads firing at Aim at the Balls because he dismounted his Gaz right in front of him, but the duo didn't notice. So already some interesting misplays here. BLUFOR now trying to remount to go chase down that Gaz, not noticing that... Yep, the rear
axle entirely.
Yeah, that's because the Gaz booped it in the back as it was panic driving. But they need to move out quick because OPFOR is quickly moving its guys over to try to take out that small group.
Oh yeah, and these 4AB guys, they've made a name for themselves so far. So if they get caught out, they're going to get picked apart here.
Surprised the other Vic isn't coming over to save him. I think they're focusing... No, they're not. They're actually trying to pull back, so...
yeah, Haster and Mass, I think they were medicing up, but now that he's back up in the turrets, I'm not sure... Yeah, I'm not sure why they're pushing their advantage. Elsewhere, we have Aim at the Balls, yeah, like you mentioned, just kind of out here on his own, trying to get eyes on Pads and Dingo.
Yeah, so Dingo and Pads were firing at Aim. He pulled back. I think he's in coordination with Logan and Fred, though.
We're having a helicopter battle. Huey is dumping rounds on the Mi-8. We have someone down all the way over here. Nuzzy, he's got a long range. He was in the Mi-8. I think he got shot out, as well as
he fell out. Something.
As well as Stauffenberger fell out too. It's just Pierce in the helicopter now. He does not have any gunners. I think the Huey shot all of his gunners out.
That is a big oof. Meanwhile, Dingo and Pads have stolen that unarmed Gaz, and they're driving away with it. They could run into Logan and Pierce on the quad bike.
And the 4IB guys look like they're going to get away. They got into the low ground near the lake, and so they just pushed back to friendly forces. And with Benda and Blade and the armed Humvees coming...
Army Vet, thanks for the 5-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I hope you're getting a kick out of this one. People in my chat are asking, you got the guy out of your property, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
It was just a solicitor, so it wasn't too much. But I saw that he was like all business, like Jehovah Witnesses type.
Yep.
And, like I walked outside with my balaclava and suit and tie and shorts, and he was like, like visibly confused and like, stick around. So hey, there you go.
All right, that Mi-8's taking a lot of fire. I've heard at least 3 impacts on it so far. Engine's down.
Yep, main engine is definitely down, and yeah, he's not going to survive this crash. He's going to go into the trees.
No, he might try to drift it to the right. Oh, he's losing too much, though. No, he's going to hit the trees.
And kaboom. So that
ouch.
Asset down for Red 4.
Meanwhile, BLUFOR are engaging some armed Humvees that pulled out to possibly try to follow that Mi-8, but OPFOR just repelled them.
I think those guys, yeah, they actually came out. They picked up the 4AB guys. You can see Benda's Humvee has them inside, so they came out to try and save them, and they're going to get away pretty much unscathed. Now the Huey's coming in to give cover for them as they pull back.
Yep.
The fire to itself now.
Gotta be careful. The gun, I think the pilot just got shot out.
Yep, and so they're going down too. That was way too slow of a pass, and that's all 3 down. Goodbye, Mountain.
All right, there goes the aircraft. I think it was G-Legs. Fly Mountain was just gunning. But
yeah, G-Legs actually got the credit for killing that Mi-8 somehow, so props to him.
Nice. And all the air assets have gone down. Some survivors from the Huey, though. Mountain living there. I have no idea how to pronounce the other guy, so I'm just going to call him Mr., but the pilot is definitely dead.
Mr. Butt Cheeseburger? You don't know how to pronounce Butt Cheeseburger?
I was too afraid to pronounce it. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
Back up from the Huey crash. Mountain and Butt Cheese.
Yep. That's what I was saying. They were coming out of the crash. That's why I didn't like how to pronounce his name.
I was just focusing on Butt Cheeseburger because it's fun.
Butt Cheeseburger. Fuck's sake. So otherwise, you have Platoon HQ. They've stolen the gas and they're just driving off in the sunset to the south. And they just hit a tree. And now they're going to the west. Okay. Maybe it's a wide flank, but why wouldn't they take the MSRs? I don't know. All right, otherwise, OPFOR, it appears their strategy is an all eggs in one basket, a massive battle line from the west going into more than likely the artillery site. You see some people going up to the helicopter. Pierce is okay. They're going to try to medic him up there as he is working on himself. Yep, he's outside the helicopter engine right now.
Good for him.
But now it's going to be...
I always just fucking die.
Yeah, right? But now it's going to basically be up to BLUFOR to hold a western push. But we still could see OPFOR divide into 2 halves here. One pincer going for one cache, one going to the other, which isn't always the best strategy.
It's less of a pincer, more of just a force split at that point.
Yeah.
It's pretty small. It's only... Well, it's like 400 or 500 meters between the 2 objectives. But still, yeah, that distance and with the terrain, that'd be more of a force split in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'd still go for a pincer, but we'll see.
I do like the position of the BLUFOR Humvees, though, the 2 with the guns, because it means they can go to either AO to easily support, and they're a little far back where I doubt OPFOR is going to be able to get forces right on top of them without BLUFOR spotting them either from Bravo 1 here, which is Scandi Recon, or the actual defense itself. Ash Elliott, thanks for the 5-month resub.
The 2
keep enjoying the ops. Hope you're staying safe on COVID. Hope you get a kick out of this.
As a bit of a quick reaction force.
Yeah.
I like that.
Let's give him a
The red for a battle
This is
blob.
Mike.
We see them. Pierce opening up at nothing. But you have Mass just kind of slowly crawling forward with that armed gas while he's got infantry on his left and right. Kind of not quite screening, but they're working together. And it's that kind of teamwork and coordination, even if it's a bit misplayed, having that coordination in the first place kind of...
As you say that, though, the 3 infantry go north as the Gaz decides to go south on its own, I guess as a scout vehicle, which I guess makes sense because they do have the 2 BTR-80s that can do better fire support and they're more protected, but at the same time, that's a risk because the 3 M2s that BLUFOR has could be anywhere. I don't even know where they are personally, and as I say that, we hear one open up by Quickly.
And that's the...
There goes the Gaz.
Yeah, gunner's dead, driver's dead, and the vehicle is smoking. So well played by the 50, who was, yeah, Quickly, like you said. He's got 1. So someone else must have gotten the gunner. Either way, that's kind of the cat out of the bag for Red 4's push. All this fire, it's going to draw the attention. And the only question now is BLUFOR going to recognize that as the main force, or are they going to think it's a bit of a feint?
Interesting development, though. We got Scandi Recon going for a northern flank on this massive battle line. If it was anyone else, I'd be a little bit worried, but Scandi is the top-rated group within FNF, so they could do some pretty significant damage here.
Yeah, so just based on their positioning, they're giving BLUFOR a lot of intel. The fact that they're this far to the west this far to the northwest without seeing anyone shows that this is probably the main force that's coming in and attacking the artillery site. So if they can get that communicated, these Humvees should be able to maneuver, reposition to help defend, or even go for another additional flank along with Scandi here. Yeah, we have Yanni pushing up to crest this hill now with that 203.
One thing, though, that BLUFOR has to be worrisome about is the fact that they have a lot of units out and about. You got the 2 pilots far to the west, you got Dingo and Pads all the way to the southwest. You got 3 Charlie 2 guys watching the south. And then you got this Scandi recon force coming around. It's still only 6 dudes, whereas OPFOR, who already started with a 20% numbers advantage.
Hey,
yep.
Sorry, I gotta correct you. 5 dudes and a girl.
Shut the fuck up. I can't say the S word anymore because apparently it's banned against Twitch, but you know what I would say. So my one fear, back to my point, is that OPFOR, even though they're going to basically throw their heads against a wall, they could still overpower this AO. And as I say that, I see a 4IB guy down, and I thought I just saw another BLUFOR guy get picked off because those BTR-80s, if quickly cannot be quick enough to take them out, can do a significant amount of damage.
Real quick, Yanni and Scandi Recon, they're getting some shots over their heads now, but they spotted Pierce on the other side of this kind of open ground. But they did not see Swola's group over here with Lucius, Glenn, Navy, all these guys over here to their west. I don't think they've seen them. They're focused looking south, but they've completely missed this other group entirely. Just
OPFOR is still not turning around right now. Heard AT come up here. Yeah, Scandi thought they were taking shots, but it was just crossfire. Yeah. And we're also seeing BLUFOR sending reinforcements into this other AO as this eastern group starts to close in. We also have a marksman close in to aim at the balls. So we might see this group either break off and try to attack the weaker side of BLUFOR from the direct north and potentially get caught out by the armed Humvees here, or they might try to push past and take the SDV. But either way, I feel like BLUFOR is going to get overwhelmed here. Scandi really needs to consider closing the gap. They're trying to take out Short Boy right now, and they get him.
Yeah, Short Boy had his rangefinder out looking right at Nemesis, and
oh my god,
very good view of him shooting his brains out.
Yep, and still OPFOR has not turned around at that gunfire, not a single soul. So BLUFOR, Scandi still has the advantage here, but OPFOR is moving quick.
Okay, Ianda just threw a nade onto Short Boy's body, so we might see some people turn around.
No.
Still not really, no.
OPFOR, they're too busy pushing in. We have Charlie 2 now joining the rear attack here. Attacking directly from the southwestern side could help alleviate some of the push, but right now, Scandi, or any force for that matter, we also got the pilots closing in. They really need to start harassing the rear of OPFOR to at least slow down the push of the southern flank. If they can do that and the northern flank pushes up on its own, then that might buy BLUFOR some time to at least deal with half of the attack, so that once that's dealt with, they can deal with the other half when Scandi's done with them. But right now, you just have a really good OPFOR battle line going in here, and I don't think it's looking good for BLUFOR right now. They're just taking too many casualties. OPFOR, I've seen some as well, but at the ratio BLUFOR needs right now, it's just not enough, and you can still see OPFOR completely overpower this attack.
Yeah, they're very well spread out. They're not too clustered on anything, and BLUFOR don't have anything that's very explosive or that can deal with large groups. They have those Humvees. The M2 is still up. No one's on it though. But yeah, BLUFOR has been pretty far spread out, and we even have guys on the other side of the lake to the west. So I think they've committed a bit too much to the flanks without really giving enough numbers to their main defenses.
So now that Scandi Recon folded around, there's no one on the eastern flank for the northern battle line to push. We just had AT go at one of the 2 armed Humvees because no one's able to get in there. I do like what I'm seeing. We're seeing OPFOR starting to get shot at from the rear. Bay Potato under fire. He goes prone, not noticing that he was getting hit from the rear. Heard more AT go off. That is a direct hit on the armed Gaz that was already disabled by the 50s. So a little bit of a wasted AT presence for BLUFOR there.
They're trying to fix it because at least now it looks like it might cook off actually.
I don't think it will. You don't usually see armed cars anymore cook off, but if it was like an APC, then it would cook off.
Yeah, it's that same kind of smoke, but I think you're right.
So armed car for the armed Humvee just pushed up and got hit by AT, and now OPFOR is unloading 545 ammo in there. Gunner is still in there, turned in. But OPFOR, if they see him, yeah, they're going to fire him at the back seats, trying to penetrate the windows.
Nano has turned around, Yano, yeah, he turned around and got wrecked because of it. Seeing a couple casualties for Scandy, but they've actually linked up with the 1RCC guys and Purim, who are coming around on the more of a southern flank. So they've linked up, and they're now kind of still back at full strength. And they're actually doing some pretty good work. I'm seeing a lot fewer Redford here on the western flank.
Nemesis on 2 kills. OPFOR real quick, they pushed a BTR up. AT just went in from Purim. That's going to cook off. But OPFOR...
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Something might change here. We still have a lot of guys on that northeastern push right now.
Oh,
but the...
Holton. Oh,
I saw that, yeah.
Waiting for the dismounts from that cook-off. And now they're going to get away and be pretty decently covered behind these marshmallows.
So BLUFOR linking up here. They still have a few more guys on that western flank to push in and crush the southern attack for OPFOR here. We still have that other BTR coming in. Ironically enough, the Humvee that pushed in on the northeastern flank has slowed down that entire OPFOR push. And now you're starting to see this OPFOR attack kind of come undone. BLUFOR picking off dudes from the rear because not everyone's noticed they're getting engaged. And we have some other guys coming up on the far southern attack. Purim, for example. He might be able to get some more kills here, but now it's looking a little more even.
Scandy's actually, Intel just woke back up, so they're up. They're still up at 5.
Well, we still have Dingo Pads and Butt Cheeseburger that's going to come in. We also have Iander in the back doing another bit of a wide flank here, but he's going to be out of position for a while.
But like, look at all the stars, or you know, the little medical symbols, whatever you want to call them, for Redford that are in this forest, just kind of bleeding out.
Purim knocking out Schult. Beat getting taken out by Purim as well, as Star gives a little bit of infiltrating fire.
Yeah, Crisis doesn't.
Crisis has no idea, and he's a freaking. CC stands for Clone Commander, so he would be the highest rank out of the 3 of them. It was a CT, Clone Trooper, and a CF Clone Corporal, so of course the Commander doesn't even notice. Yeah, no, 501st sends a few guys. But Schult is, he's ex-TXB. He went to Star Sim years ago. And I just saw an OPFOR guy get dropped as he tried to cross over. BLUFOR might be able to hold this out. The entirety of the southwestern attack has pretty much died down except for a handful of guys. However, some of them are pushed out to a flank. They could still do some damage here. For example, Gorski picking off a few guys next to Quickly and Eason. Don't know if he got a kill there, though. And we still have this large group of OPFOR that can still push in on a different flank, and BLUFOR has no eyes looking in that way because they've all repositioned to take care of the southwestern side. But for the moment, BLUFOR, I think, is in the clear until OPFOR sends their next attack. We're on 34 minutes, so I doubt this will go down to time. But BLUFOR did a really good job unknowingly sending up that Humvee to play that sacrifice play on the northeastern side, slowed down the other half of the attack so that Scandy and other guys could come in on the other side and completely clean things up. Go ahead.
Yeah, just on the south side, we only have, you got some stragglers, and it's actually kind of an even fight, 4-on-4 pretty much on this southern flank. But if Scandy's now pushing in, coming in from the west, and the rest of this Redford group, they've actually pulled back northwest. I think they'd be trying to wrap around the north side of Kiskinkila and try and go in on that northern road, the road on the north side of town. And yeah, like you said, hit this objective while they still can, and then push over. Because I'm sure they noticed how stiff the resistance was on this southwestern objective on the artillery site. They're going to assume that if anything is over here at the dock still, it's going to be light as hell. And they'd be right.
So OPFOR still has one of those BTR 80s. I just watched it annihilate quickly. He thankfully woke back up, though, and he's crawling back. But OPFOR really needs to consider regrouping and trying an attack from a different angle, but they need to be quick. I'm seeing some groups going northwest, some going northeast. I guess Charlie, they're going to go for the SDV as some Foxtrot elements push back, but they're pushing back right into some BLUFOR guys that are lying in wait, but BLUFOR doesn't know they're there. I stand corrected. Dingo just sighted them out, so he's lining up with Cheeseburger here. Pads being a marksman also firing. And they're now trying to pick off OPFOR guys as they push across. So Logan getting knocked out by the marksman. Another shot going in his face, and he's down.
Back on the south side of the artillery site, yeah, those 4 stragglers are really being resilient. Gores, Crisis, Fallout, and Sirius still putting up a fight. I think they've actually taken down a couple of BLUFOR guys as they try and pull back or do something. As I say, that Crisis does go down from, I think it was the Shima or Blade. And yeah, they're going to be able to hold this pretty well. Quickly in that Malden bunker, he was getting suppressed by the BTR, and the BTR is still up over there on the north side, but if someone can turn that 50 over to it or get a stick out, should be able to take it up pretty easily.
Nemesis firing at Andreas and Dusty. As we have, I thought Dingo and Cheeseburger were going to come around and close the gap here, but I think they're tunnel visioned on 3 more of the Foxtrot guys further back. And we also have Foxtrot 1 nearby where the BTR crew are, but they're just laying low at this time. And then we still have some stragglers up to the southwest contending with some BLUFOR guys. So I think the attack has definitely died down, and OPFOR now needs to turn it around if they have any chance to win. Something I do want to bring up, though, is someone in my chat saying that there is a pretty distinct difference between 5.45 and 5.56, and I completely agree with that statement. However, you weren't seeing OPFOR guys turning around because, first and foremost, BLUFOR wasn't really opening up yet. And when they finally decided to open up, that's when a lot of OPFOR guys were already firing as well. So there is such a thing as... like, what would be the term if you hear a noise close to you and it drowns out the noise that's farther away from you?
Noise pollution.
Noise pollution, that's the term. So noise pollution can be a really real thing in these PvP matches, and that's why you might not be able to hear the gunshots behind you because you don't hear them distinctly. Yeah, go ahead.
I will say 2 points. First of all, I think 5.45 does have superior ballistics to 5.56.
Okay.
But it takes a certain level of autism to really hear that the difference in the report of the gunfire in the heat of battle. It's some very high level autism that is required.
I disagree with that statement. I know the difference between 5.45 and 5.56 because that's just something as a Zeus I figured it out. Shut up. AT going on that BTR 80, by the way, it is cooking. There goes another OPFOR advantage lost.
Actually,
but
no, I don't think it's cooking. I think it just hit the engine and it's gonna...
Okay, no, you're right. The engine is just smoke. I don't see the black smoke coming from in front of the gun that would blow it up, but it's disabled. You also have Nemesis pushing up, and he is annihilating some of these dudes. Ash just got shot to shit. He's still alive, though. But my point is that noise pollution in Arma is a very real thing, and you will see it happen a lot in Friday Night Fights, which drowns out the sound of gunshots that are further away compared to all your buddies around you firing at a different objective. It does take practice, and when I say that, I just mean, play a bunch of ops with the same types of guns. You'll eventually train your mind subconsciously of what 5.56, 5.45, 7.62, and all that jazz sounds like from various different guns. And me, in this game for 4 years, I've learned a lot of that per se, but noise pollution can still completely fuck with you. So it's just something to consider when these games are done. Nemesis blowing away Navy from the rear. There's a joke about the Navy in that one.
Navy.
So, I mean, he's got the 249. Nemesis, one of, if not the top player in FNF.
Yeah, despite being an old man.
And the old man goes down to 2 guys blowing things away. Yanni, though, covering his right, getting some shots in. Colin doesn't... Thankfully, Colin is saved by 4 IB guys picking off Collins here. Did I just say Colin was saved?
Yes, yeah. You
yes,
did.
Yanni was saved by Colin getting... Here, we can say Colin was saved by the 4 IB guys, so he was not shot by Yanni himself. Navy somehow waking back up after taking a shit ton of machine gun to the ass. So he's going to immediately try to bandage. Yanni checking that BTR. We have 6 OPFOR guys climbing around by the SDV. They'll be able to clean that up, but by now, I think BLUFOR is taking the number advantage away.
Shit about gun audio.
Who?
Iander.
Oh. When did Iander get picked off?
A while ago, I think.
I saw him moving back to the southwest on his own. He wasn't nearby anybody, though. Interesting.
Let me see if I can find his body if it's still on the server. Nope. Looks like he left the server. Unfortunate.
That's fine.
But I saw he got like 3 or 4 kills.
Yeah, but BLUFOR... Maybe by the Foxtrot guys on the rear. BLUFOR is only down to 1 guy on the rear pads, but he is the marksman. He is hurt, but he's crawling around probably to get a different angle. Unless OPFOR is actually sending 2 guys back there to go check things out. I can assure you comms are pretty much dead on OPFOR here. We still have Fred over in the back. He is a marksman, I believe. So we might see him get a pick-off kill or 2, but... I don't think. Yep.
I'm with you as far as I don't think Redford's going to win this. A, because they're so spread out, and B, once this fire team over here on the east,
on 4 kills.
Once they destroy this SDV, and that's going to pop for both sides, BLUFOR's going to go, oh, okay, and then just completely entrench themselves in this little, like, fortification.
Yeah, I really don't get why Charlie pushed to this objective when they should have just helped with the attack, because if they pushed at their angle, they would have actually been able to get their foot in the door here, because BLUFOR was all on the southwestern side, dealing with the southwest attack.
Fallout was crawling up to this earthen ramp.
Yeah, I saw that.
Stark and Eason is going to...
Stark is going to knock him out with the handgun.
Yeah. Not a bad play from Fallout, but it just didn't work out. That's very unfortunate. And yeah, the rest of Redford...
The mag dump with the handgun.
We have Pads up here, who I think was the... Yeah, he's the marksman. He's got a kill on his stock there. But with how spread out these guys are, they need to regroup if they want any chance to do anything. Now, the way I could see Redford kind of pull this off... actually, never mind. They don't have any explosive guys near the port, so never mind. They're just going to hit it with an RPG-42.
They do have they do have the AT guys still here.
Yeah, but I was thinking, like, they could put down a charge, set it on, like, an 8-minute timer or something, and then, like, go and try and push the other objective, and then it pops at a later time, but that's not going to be the case, I don't think. And it's actually going to be a difficult shot, because remember, it's a submersible, and it's, like, half submerged already, so they got to get the right angle.
They do have enhanced movement back. I could see them climbing on one of the roofs, though, and that's exactly what Al was going to try to do.
Yep, good call. He's up, going to go up there. But even then, there's a little fence in the way between the roof of that building and the SDV.
If only we had Iander, but he died. And he's on the BLUFOR side. Otherwise, I mean, OPFOR is just in a bunch of scattered groups right now. That's exactly how BLUFOR wants them. They can just pick them apart at various different times when the groups come in, and that'll be GG. Having some GLs now trying to be ranged on this SDV by sideways. I think they just blew up the boat, the rubber dinghy next to it, since it's missing its internal hull now. You see some damage on the SDV. Plop.
I guess they're trying to... Oh, wow. Yeah, that definitely plopped. Yeah, try to get hit with some shrapnel. Can you mag dump an SDV?
Yeah. It's going to take a lot of ammo, but you can mag dump it like a cache, but the more time OPFOR spends doing this, the more time BLUFOR is going to catch on. There it goes.
As you say that didn't take much at all.
Yep.
Don't lie to me.
Because they already damaged it with GLs, and it's impossible to tell how much damage the GLs did, remember? I remember.
I want to say something witty, but I can't.
Okay. Why? Because it uses a banned word now?
No, because I just can't think of a good joke.
Ah.
It doesn't
That's
happen
okay.
often, but I'll admit it when it happens.
No, it doesn't happen at all. You said good joke. He just left the channel! Alright, anyway, OPFOR is, we just heard an explosive trap go off up there. Not really anything useful. They noticed that the position was hit, but if BLUFOR isn't nearby to see the explosive traps go off, then they're just kind of useless. Otherwise, OPFOR, we could see a bit of regrouping over here. Maybe some wide flank attacking from the southern side, but I doubt it. Just, we're going to see Charlie get up in these houses over here. But Arcor and Yanni are ready. Yanni on 7 kills, Arcor on 1, so Yanni definitely pulling some work here. But if he's in the zone, he's got an RPG-26 as well in his rear pouch right there. It's just clipping into his armor, that's why. He's waiting to possibly see some OPFOR guys. I think he just spotted Sideways. No, he did not. Let's have a look at his first-person view. I think he saw Sideways running over, so now he's trying to get back in position here. Dingo is with him. Now you're hearing some gunshots fire off as Yanni looks for the perfect fire line here. Owl's right there. He doesn't notice, though. And Yanni goes down by a headshot. That's why you don't want to dick around on the rocks too much, because you're just going to get exposed. Arcor coming in, knocking Owl out, getting some revenge, but Guy Fieri takes him out. I don't think Barb's going to come back down. I think he makes jabs at me all the time. I'm allowed to make jabs at him. Otherwise, Navy, I think he has fully bandaged himself up. He is covering. He was with someone else over here, but he is now down. And I believe he just picked off Purim here.
I'm back.
Now he's trying to get some more shots down here as well. How you doing, Barb?
I was doing good. This is great casting on how Yanni and Arcor got fucking murked by 6 Red 4.
Yeah, I was looking at Yanni's first-person POV, and he just didn't see Owl coming right up there, and he quickly tried to get off the rock, but by then it was too late.
Yeah, just couldn't get the reaction shot. And was that another explosive? Oh.
No, it was the Carl Gustav guy picking off the BTR-80 because Navy was able to pick off Purim from that direction, but it looks like Purim is back awake. And now he got quickly pushing up there. I think he's going to try to get a kill off of Navy as he is tunnel focused on the, or excuse me, tunnel vision on the objective itself. Guy Fieri took him to Flavor Town. You know, we need to make a new joke, Barbarian. You ready? Every time Guy Fieri takes someone out, we got to say that he sends him to Flavor Town, okay? I don't think you approve. Anyway, Navy taking some shots from the ground defense group. That ruined Quickly's plan to push up on him, but then again, it quickly pushed up right in front. Navy would have picked him up. Go ahead.
Yeah, Quickly, I think, got knocked out by a secondary explosion from that BTR corpse. I think he like pushed up and then it exploded as he was on top of that Russian guy's body, and then just knocked him out for a moment. But he's back up, like you said.
Grenades being thrown over. It actually lands right behind Navy. I don't see any blood from that explosion, but Navy has to know someone's close to him by now. Quickly running back. We see some really good nades in FNF all the time. And Charlie, meanwhile, repositioning around to attack from the southern side. But we also have Foxtrot also repositioning to the south. So we might see a uniform push.
And this, you could argue that this would be the weakest defended side for the BLUFOR fortification here, but look at the terrain.
Yeah.
First, about 150 meters, and it's all downhill. You gotta sprint across a pretty fair gradient, but it still exposes you. You get to the blue tarp, and then you have an open field to run up to a trench line like it's fucking World War I.
15 minutes remaining. But that was something I pointed out before the round officially started, that, you know, this is a danger zone for OPFOR, and now it's going to end in this danger zone. So we'll see if I was right, or maybe OPFOR is able to overpower BLUFOR's line here.
No, that group of Point Man, King, Sideways, they're actually pushing a bit more from the southeast than the direct south, but Purim is looking at that exact
Hold
direction.
up. Yeah, Purim has eyes on King and Sideways. He is guns up, looking down his sight right at where Kings and Sideways are. He's going to have eyes on Sideways.
Yeah.
And now he starts taking the shot.
Good call. He's actually hitting the barricade a little bit.
Picks off Sideways. You're seeing OPFOR, though, Foxtrot trying to deliver some enfilading fire as BLUFOR firing at Navy's previous position, possibly at Fred, because he might have taken a few shots. But if BLUFOR stretches themselves out right here, they're being engaged from 3 separate ways. If the OPFOR units here are able to pick off BLUFOR where they're trying to take cover on a previous defense line, they could still sweep this out from under them. Novik's going down, Sideways waking up, and now you're seeing TSB's forces kind of forming up on the northeastern side of the southern attack wave. They could potentially go for another flanking action.
Yeah, with how spread out they are, because they're pretty much just lone shooters that are fairly well isolated, except for the guys on the west and the southeast. Like, I don't know how effective they're gonna be, but it's a possibility at the least.
I could see it working well, but the one issue right now is Moxie is going to get behind the southern attack wave, and if he is as effective as TSB here, as I say that, he picks off a dude, and he's going for sideways, picks him off as well. And he's going for the headshot knockout here. I mean, that's 2 guys down on that 3-man push, and OPFOR has not turned anyone around to, you know, in response to that fire.
It's sound like a broken record at this point, but yeah, any kind of rear security or flank security from Redford on these pushes or maneuvers has been non-existent at best.
And that's kind of what's caused them the game at this rate, man.
Absolutely. Between Scandi, I mean, I think Scandi, between all of them, got like 8 or 10 people. Who knows how much, you know.
I know Nem was on 4, Yanni was on 7.
Jesus, yeah.
And we have, hold up, Pad just picked off Fred. Fred being the OPFOR marksman, Pad's getting a double tap headshot with his own marksman rifle. I don't see OPFOR getting this.
Yeah, I mean, they have enough time if they had more people, but I think they're just going to wither away to these defenses. Now, someone did hit a barrel or something.
Yeah, it's on fire.
I'm actually kind of surprised that we haven't seen more RPGs go out onto these Scorchers.
Yeah.
Scorchers, but that's
Paladins.
Paladins, really?
Yeah, Paladin artillery tanks.
That's awfully secular, I think.
I mean, if OPFOR were to close with the Foxtrot group, which actually that Foxtrot group is starting to open up, they divided into 2 groups. It was Foxtrot 2 that was holding fire. Foxtrot Actual is actually firing already. But now they're a little late to the party, but now that they're opening up, BLUFOR doesn't really have to worry about anything to the southeast because TSB is starting to pinch that gap. Fred died. I mean, I don't see how OPFOR is going to be able to push in here.
The kid and Eason kind of watching the south side. Purim's pulled back, and he's just kind of doing a cheeky position, watching them, watching the entrance. If they were to push into these trenches or behind them, he'd get the flank shot. Navy's trying to pick off some people from the north. Oh, he's got pads to worry about as well, though he doesn't know that he's there. Yeah, I mean, I don't see it. There's too many layers, too many people for BLUFOR to really allow for a Red 4 push, unless they were to really just bungle this defense, which I don't see that happening given their track record so far in this op.
We've got King trying to put some GP25 in here, but it's a little short.
Yeah, I saw one go.
Purim on 4 kills.
The entire compound, the last one went short. Purim actually picks his head up.
Yep, but his bullets got caught in the barricade, and then he literally avoided getting hit by Kane, and there he goes, finding an angle to hit Kane on. And Kane is not waking up from that. Novix, meanwhile, picking off Mox as he is picked off himself. It's just OPFOR is going to probably 1-to-1 trade for the rest of this. And I mean, we got Guy working on a dude as a rifleman, but there's nothing he can do for sideways. And BLUFOR, it's just because OPFOR is slowly advancing from one flank to another, BLUFOR is able to rally and pick guys off. You got Navy getting shot at by Stark. Look at Stark's position, though. He's literally in the camo net. That's, like, impossible to see from.
Yeah, not entirely his fault, though. It is kind of, like...
It's a map asset, defender's advantage, you know?
Yeah. I mean, poking his head up, it does kind of reveal it, but still. That's unfortunate more than anything.
We could see the Foxtrot 2 guys make a 3-man push here. Foxtrot Actual is completely dead. I think Pads came around and might have picked off one of them, or the defensive team did that on their own, but Foxtrot 2 here could potentially get up here and get a few kills, but they're going to run right in front of this bunker potentially, and that's going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah.
We're 5 guys up remaining for OPFOR here. BLUFOR still has at least a dozen. Pad's double tapping some bodies. I'm going to do a quick head count for BLUFOR. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, so 12 versus 5, give or take. Nope, 6. Sideways was actually able to be brought back up by Guy. That's interesting.
Fed him a burger from a diner.
Ooh, Spark coming up with the Carl Gustav, putting a round directly in one of the OPFOR guys, part of Foxtrot 2. And their cover's blown. We got a lot of grenades going out. Spark just jumped over. Wow. Swola might get him, though, and there's a 1-to-1 trade. Swola's still up, but that's exactly what BLUFOR needs to be doing right now to win.
Mm-hmm.
Guy trying to climb up to Novix here and get him bandaged up. Might be able to save him as well. I think Eason heard Swola's footsteps as he got close. Now a grenade being thrown, and Swola's going to run right into that grenade. And now he's going to get slowed down as he moves to the second grenade. And Eason doing his best to spray at Swola, as Swola just gets down.
Yeah, Swola was good. Pretty quick reactions on getting that trade. But yeah, with the numbers...
Smoke grenade thrown out.
Easton and Cardi look like they're going to either poke their heads over or go around here together and play that again. Go for that one-on-one trade as Easton pre-fires the angle. Getting some real gamer moments here.
Swola's crippled. He's still bleeding. He doesn't have a lot of time here. Mapnora being the only TSB guy left alive over there. He lost his battle buddy. More grenades being thrown over as Swola's hugging the wall. Him being forced to walk isn't a big issue, though. That's going to make it harder for BLUFOR to actually find where exactly he is, but Eason goes over the wall and picks him off.
Nice caster's curse.
Sideways, meanwhile, still overwatching. He is on a kill now, so I'm willing to bet he picked off Mapnora's battle buddy. He spots Map and takes him out. Nice.
Moxie over there, wasn't it?
No, that was Mapnora. Moxie died earlier in a 1-to-2 firefight against Novix, and then Novix got taken out by Map and someone else. So if Fieri here is able to get up Novix, it'll become a 3v1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 3-to-1 ratio there, still possible. We've seen crazier.
It used to be a 2-to-1 ratio, so the ratio is going down. So I mean, they've been doing. If you think about it, they went from 6-to-12 to 3-to-9. So it's been one-on-one trades, which, like you said, is what BLUFOR wants. Secure the kill, even if it means sacrificing. Because at this point, it's all about the dub. You know, if you die, you die. But like, if they can continue working these numbers, it's not going to be long before they are able to get these people or get the entire Red 4 team.
The issue we have, though, is 5 minutes remaining. Technically 5 minutes and 30 seconds remaining, but we're on 5 minutes left, so OPFOR has to make their play soon.
That is true, yeah.
I mean, just looking at the positions here, Quickly is in a really nice spot overwatching. He could get picked off, though, because he is exposed to the southeast on the high ground there, but we got Pads on the other side with a marksman rifle. If he stays on the outskirts and just finds a high spot to be on, he can also get some pickoffs. And then, I mean, realistically, if OPFOR knew exactly where the cache was, I think they'd be able to get in there, blow it up, and leave, but they don't. And let's be honest, in like, when's the last time an objective was in a cargo crate? I can't think of the last time that was a thing. So OPFOR, honestly, the attacking faction itself wouldn't think to look in there without at least clearing the area first. So I don't see it. Fury able to get Novix up, by the way, but Novix is crippled. All right, let's watch him send everyone to Flavor Town. Barb, you ready? Barb?
Hi, my name's Guy Fieri, and welcome to Diners, Driving, and Dives. If he had a Gaz to like ram the gate, then it'd be perfect, because that'd be a drive-in. He's actually pulling up.
Port Sonoma mission, yeah, you're right.
Trucks.
Quickly might spot him, though. Purdy spotted him. He's firing right over his head. Actually, no, that was at Novix. Novix going down again. 2v9, quickly pushing around on the right.
Novix gets picked up just to get taken down first.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Fieri goes down to Cardi from the battle tower.
Guy's fucking skull.
It's technically a cargo post.
Way back up.
The tower is much taller. Yeah, but Cardi double taps.
Oh. One last trip to Flavortown.
Novix waking back up, but he's crippled. Quickly gets a pickoff kill on a BLUFOR dude. See if we can do it again with Eason before Eason picks him up, but Eason's now firing, and Eason gets the kill. It is now 1 versus 3, 6, 7, 8. Sideways, can he do it? Alright, Sideways on 2 infantry kills and a vehicle kill. He has this trench line to work with. He could get behind it for cover. The one issue is Quickly is to the far northeast, and he could see him. Now you got Sideways firing up on that battle tower. He's going to go right. I don't want him to go too far right, though, because he's going to expose himself. Ooh. Quickly gets down. Quickly now opening up from the right. Nope. Sideways. Oh, gosh. He's fighting Quickly as he maneuvers left and right to avoid bullets. Sideways gets knocked out. Quickly going for some double taps, and that's going to be GG.
Failure. You lose. Game over. Reload the last save.
There is no last save in Friday Night Fights. It is merely the next round. All right, looking around, I don't see any more OPFOR markers. They just have to double tap Sideways, and it is GG. 2-minute warning, by the way, and that will be it. So again, reminder, guys, we have a commercial to play in between rounds 1 and 2. Barb, I invite you to come onto the stream just to watch this dumb commercial I made, inspired by Task Force 121.
That might be against TOS.
What is wrong with you?
So many things. I'm surprised you're still, like, wanting to...
Cardi now getting shot at by Quickly. Quickly affirming that he wants the final kill. Cardi going down.
Wow, yeah, no kidding.
Get him, Quickly.
Yo, holy shit, he did. And Easton threw a grenade as Pat's shot at Cardi's feet.
And Sideways wakes back up.
Well, can't say he didn't try.
Quickly playing dead. Excuse me, Sideways playing dead now. Trying to do a quick reload. But Quickly noticed movement.
Yeah, he saw the movement.
Oh, and he gets knocked out again. Cardi waking back up. No, he gets knocked out again.
Apparently Guy Fieri has a show called Grocery Games, and that triggers...
Yes. Yes, he does. It's actually a good show. Anyway, Quickly realizing Cardi was not the enemy, so he picks him up, and OPFOR is eliminated. There is GG. Round 1 going to BLUFOR, a.k.a. the Defender faction. We still have 2 more rounds tonight, guys. And as they set up the next round, we're going to play a 58-second commercial as a joke, and hope you enjoy it. So we'll go ahead and get this thing ready to go on the transfer. I'm just waiting to see the index screen real quick as they desperately work on Cardi.
A bunch of flares in celebration. Yeah, this is taking a while.
This is the part where they're supposed to end the server.
Ball of light.
Yeah. All right, screw it. I'm gonna prep for the thingy. There it is.
There we go.